Greetings, besties. It's your favorite bestie, Mambo Mvura. Welcome today. So, I am offering full moon in Libra readings. I think I want to start doing full moon and new moon readings for people and offer different tarot spreads. And I'll always show you guys what they look like, and then you guys can decide if you're interested. Because I feel like the full moons and new moon, the moon energy does affect us. So I want to help people maneuver it. I know plenty of you have come to me and be like, you know what, everything you've been saying about the moon, I'm dreaming it, I'm seeing it for myself. So let's empower each other so that we know how to maneuver, because if it can affect the waters, it affects our bodies, it affects our journeys and how we're going to move, right? Because then for instance, full moon in Libra is all about collaborations and partnerships. So that's where your focus needs to be for that duration. And you'll know how to maneuver. So you'll know, is it time to sign contracts? Is it a time to start business? Is it a time to, get married? What is going on? So we want to look at that. But I am offering right now a collective reading, right? For everyone, for you guys to see how I'm going to be doing this full moon in Libra. So this is the spread. We have 6 cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 piles. And we're going to read each question answering what's happening with the collective. So I already pre-shuffled everything. Haven't looked at the cards. You know how I am. And so that we don't waste time shuffling. But yeah, let's see how it is. But in your readings, in your personal readings, I always live shuffle so you can see for yourself as well. All right, so ancestors, spirit guides, and angels of love and light only, please tell us, how can we be more open to change in our lives for this full moon in Libra? We have the Page of Swords. We have noticed the signs. Interesting, because I was about to say learning, getting information. And this must have popped up in one of my readings, right? Where I said 3 is a crowd. Noticing the signs, investigate, symbolize in nature. Nature spreads. The ancestors are going to be showing us signs, all right, that there's a transformation or that something is taking place. And it's so interesting because speaking of nature spirits, so if you're seeing certain insects, birds, or animals, research them and find out, what does it mean. If you're constantly seeing bees coming into your home, then oh, this is good energy, money is coming in, and you need to align with that. Because the sign is to prepare you for what's to come. You need to prepare. Actually, the sign is not preparing you. The sign is warning you that this is what's taking place. You need to prepare. So if you see a bee, don't just go beyond, okay, thank you, Mkulu, welcome, you're done. Then, let me get my money rituals out. Whether I'm going to blow cinnamon into the home, putting it in my wallet, am I doing a spiritual bath to call in money, am I lighting a green candle? That is what you need to do. So the ancestors are telling you that you need to prepare. How can you be more open to change in your life? Through preparation, noticing the signs, and learning as well. Let's get an advice card. We have sloth, digital detox, recalibrate, reset, and recharge. So this is what I was speaking about. I was speaking about resetting, recharging. What do you need to do? Recalibrate. Do we need to plan? That is what the ancestors are speaking about. What do you need to detox? Do you need to release? Do you need to call in energy? That's what your spirit guides are speaking about. That's how you can be more open to change, by being prepared for it. Let's look at the second question. What areas of your life would benefit from an expansion? Let's see for the collective. What areas of the collective's lives would benefit from an expansion? We have the Knight of Swords over there. And then we have respect your physical body. And I find that very interesting, right? So the areas that could benefit from expansion, because I'm seeing the Knight of Swords is running, is exercising, taking care of your physical body. It's a good time for you to detox has come up again, to really detox, rejuvenate, and relax. That's preparation, right? Because when you're running, what are you preparing yourself? You're preparing yourself physically for fitness, for whatever may come, right? Knight of Swords also represents you going towards what you want with speed and haste. So don't take time. Grab what you need to grab. Go for it, is what the ancestors are speaking about, right? Because you've learned about this change. Now you need to know, all right, now I need to physically take care of what needs to be taken care of. Knight of Swords also represents intelligence and decision making. So needing to make decisions, deciding what you need to do as well, being assertive in what you want, and being determined. All right. So what areas in your life, looking at what needs to be dealt with physically at a physical level, right? Because here we prepared, right? We were preparing ourselves, learning information. Now you're physically doing the work. Hence why it's whether you need to relax, you need to detox. Everything differs for people because it is a collective reading, but you need to then find out, once you've seen the signs, what do you need to do? Let's get you here. Soul growth. Growth is never easy. Have faith and trust in the journey. So there's growth that's taking place at a soul level. You see now. Why? Because you're preparing your body for the growth that's taking place. So why do you need to palaza? Why do you need to fast? What? You're now knowing because it's for growing. And it's not easy, just like running. Running is not going to be easy. Doing the yoga is not easy. Exercising. It's not easy, but you have to trust in the journey. It's the same way like when you go to the gym. Consistency. That's when you begin to see the results. You know, you may just get discouraged because you did your crunches, you did 50 crunches, and you look at yourself 2 days later and you're like, but it's not going away. And you're like, no, but it's not easy. You have to trust the journey. Keep on going. That's the Knight of Swords. Keep going. Don't stop. I know there's a quote where they say, if you're going through hell, don't stop. Keep going. Get through it. Don't just stop while you're in hell. Keep going. Run towards your goal. Then we're going to look at what opportunities do you have to transform your life. So what opportunities does the collective have to transform their lives? Let's see what opportunities we have with this full moon in Libra, right? We have the Four of Pentacles over here. And then we also have teach and share. Let's see what opportunities the collective has. So during this full moon in Libra, the opportunity you have, because Four of Pentacles represents saving. All right, saving money, because Pentacles is the coins, right? So you have an opportunity to save money or to build for what you want at a foundational level because of the number 4 representing foundational. All right, so building there, so stability as well. So there's opportunities for stability, opportunities for money so that you can expand financially. Generosity. So the universe is going to be generous to the collective so that they will be able to meet their goals. Because you know, we live in a material world, and materialistically it's difficult to reach our goals because we cannot without the financial stability or structure. So with the number 4 representing structure and stability, the answer is saying they're going to support you where you need support financially. But before you get to this stage, you have to notice the signs around you. Are the signs telling you that there's an energy that needs to be purified? Are the signs telling you that there's good opportunities? Grab them. You have to notice them, do the work, and that stability comes in, right? So there is education and instructions coming place for you. So when they say what opportunities do you have to transform your life, perhaps school, learning, instructions, someone teaching you, showing you how to get where you need to go with this woman in Libra. They said you're being tested, have faith and stand in your truth. We have courage again. Again, that test and faith and truth is coming in again. Trust, truth, faith. They keep emphasizing on that you need to trust what's taking place now. You need to trust what's taking place now because you are going somewhere. It's a journey, right? There's a transformation that's taking place. So you're going to be tested during this time to see, have you learned the lessons that we were teaching you with the signs, right? The signs and symbols that were coming in. Did you learn, and are you going to move in that with courage? Next, we have, how can the collective turn their relationships into fair exchange or commitment and love? We have the 7 of Cups. Then we have psychic strength. This goes back to what the ancestors were saying in my previous collective reading. I hope you watched it because it will make sense. Where they said 3 is a crowd. When we're speaking of collaborations and relationships and commitments, having too many options is not good because there's a snake under there. So making sure you are protecting yourself from certain third-party situations, right? So if it's a business idea or collaboration, make sure it's just 2 people. Look at the contracts you're signing. Make sure it's just you. There's no third-party things in there. Make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and making things tight as well. All right, because again, tests come through, so they want to test, have you learned what we showed you? We showed you that there's an opportunity coming your way. Did you read, get information? Because there's communication coming from the collective. Is it for you? So make sure you're protecting yourself as you're going. It doesn't mean the opportunity is bad, but there could be things in that opportunity that you just need to remove. So it doesn't mean neglect the opportunity, it means protect yourself as you're moving. Let's see what we have. Don't take life too seriously. Inner child, exactly. Don't take life too seriously. What you need to do is just make sure everything is sealed for your protection and you move forward. Because when you take life too seriously, you go, you know what? This opportunity, I don't want it because, you know, if there's a possibility for that snake, I'm done. The answer is like, no, it's a test. We want to put you through the fire so that you can come through a victor. This is where your victory comes in. And victory only comes in when you have to fight. There's no victory without fighting. We won't call you a victor if you didn't have to fight for it, right? If you didn't have to go through trials and tribulations. So the ancestors want you to be a victor, not a victim. They want you to be a victor so that you can take the opportunities that are yours and make it yours personally. Next, we have what needs more balance in the collective's lives, ancestors. Let's see what needs more balance. We have the Fool card, and then we have honor the deities around you. So when it comes to, I kind of want to go back here because the ancestors want me to emphasize this is a time of collaborations, relationships, and things like that. So tests may come through the relationship too, as well for people, and in their love life or family or commitments. All right, you need to just remove what's not working for you from that situation. That's what the ancestors want me to add here. Back to what needs more balance in the collective lives is your faith. The Fool card is taking a leap of faith. Literally, if you Google Fool card, they'll tell you taking a leap of faith. So again, that energy of faith is coming in. You need to balance out your trust. You need to just literally just dive in. It's a time for you to dive in and trust the universe, your ancestors, your prayers, your offerings are coming through. All right, you have to just move in faith. And sometimes that's moving blindly, right? Like the fool, you're a fool, you're a child, you're a novice. So you say to your guides, I'm still a child when it comes to this whole spirituality, spiritualism, ancestral work. I need your guidance. And watch them do it. And whatever they throw you in, it's because you are trusting in them, because they serve your highest good. So honoring the deities around you, honoring those who have walked the path before you, to tell you that, listen, to get from Johannesburg to Mpumalanga, you have to take this route. Yes, it's a bumpy road, but it's better because we took the other route and it was smooth, but then there was a roadblock there and we were there for like 10 hours and we were delayed. So this route, even though it's bumpy, it's going to get you there 10 hours earlier than the route we took. And you're going to feel like, oh, no, but, and like, we've walked this path, trust us. It doesn't mean that because we're guiding you, there's not going to be road bumps or delays. They will be there, but we're taking you to the better opportunity, the better path. All right. We have Atlantis. Healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. Getting wisdom from the ancestors. What did they say? What are we speaking about? They literally said, wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. That's going to heal what needs to be healed. They're taking you around the healing path. So that's what needs to be balanced, is you stopping and listening. What happens when we stop and listen? We notice the signs. So be still in certain moments. So there's a time for you to be still. Once you notice the signs and symbols, don't just stop there. Then you need to investigate those signs and symbols. Then you need to do the work, which is the detoxing, the rejuvenating, because they say growth is not easy, right? It's part of the growth of your soul. It's a journey. Once you do that growth, right, the ancestors are then testing you to be like, did you really understand? Did you really learn? And when you are in that test, I'm going to provide for you the tools that you need. Because Four of Pentacles, again, is the stability, is the structure, the tools that you need. Once you get to the tools that you need, when it comes to collaborations and partnerships, just like the scales, right? We then get into you now being protected, right? Protecting yourself, being divinely protected by seeing what's being removed, and collaborating with the right opportunities. And then once that takes place, you then begin to heal, because that wisdom starts to come in and things begin to balance out. Now, last, we're going to get in what ways can you bring more inspiration into your journey? So, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels of love and light, in what ways can the collective bring more inspiration to their journey in life? Five of Swords and Earth Magic. So Five of Swords, when we look at it, that's the card of frustration, listening to everything that's outside of yourself. Because look at him, there's a crow by his ear and he's holding his head and he's frustrated. But the real liberated one has no crows, is not listening to outside, in fact has the light coming from within them. So that is what the spirit guides are saying. Your inspiration comes from yourself. It comes from within. You don't have to look outwards, because when you do, that's when you get disappointment, conflict, right? And losses. So don't focus on the losses or the conflicts or everyone telling you, no, that's crazy. I mean, sometimes, people live in so many dynamic situations. Just a simple act of as fasting is difficult because your family doesn't resonate with it. And it's like, why are you not eating meat? Or why are you fasting? It doesn't even work. La 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 la. Why do you even bother talking to your ancestors? Why? And you're like, it gets frustrating, right? Because the world is going against you and it's telling you no, but your soul's truth is telling you no. Keep going, keep going. Those are the tests, right? The roadblocks can look like family, relationship, friends, jobs, spiritual work that's frustrating, the dreams, right? So tune that out and tune what's within. And that's why we have earth magic, nature, rituals, charms. The spirit guides are speaking about getting into nature, connecting with nature. They're speaking about doing earth magic, right? There's a time for you to do your earth magic. That's what's going to inspire you. So remember we spoke about lighting the candle, the sage, the cinnamon, and things like that. Your prayers, pahla, kusuma, and things like that, connecting with that energy is what's really going to help you. And it's so interesting because we have the divine feminine over there, the kokos. That's what nature is referring to. So it could be a good time for the collective to really tap into the grandmothers, right, for inspiration, because they're the magic. They're the ones who are creative power. They create, they co-create with you. So tapping into that energy is very important to bring inspiration. The next we have Panther, protection. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it to away freely. Just like the ancestors are saying, you're allowing outsiders to take your energy and at the same time you're giving it to them for free by listening. Protect yourself from all that is trying to cause noise. Hence why we need to sometimes detox, even digitally. Maybe the internet is making you feel some type of way. I mean, every time we go on certain social media platforms, there's all kinds of fights happening and conflicts, and we hear about all these things. They affect us, right? And if you're someone who easily attaches to that, maybe you need to detox from that. If it's people around you, detox from that and put yourself in free environments as well, because that's what's going to help us. I'm going to get us an Egyptian card for the collective today and see what messages we get. But I just wanted you guys to see how my full moon tarot spreads are going to work out for you guys, all right? We'll be looking at things at that level. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. So you can see it's not just something simple, it's just like one card. We actually go into depth with the ancestors This is something they want me to do. I just felt like I need to do it. But you know me, I always run away from anything moon. But this time we're learning how to take our power back, because every full moon and new moon comes with a certain frequency. And since we live in this third dimension, we still have to deal with these frequencies, right? Granted, some of us have elevated to beyond 4D, beyond 5D, but we're still get affected by what's taking place in the 3D too. So now you know how to maneuver it. Thank you, ancestors. We have Goddess Bastet with passion and the number 16. Thank you. So let's read what it means. Let me see. See what the message in the card is telling us. And what I like about Bastet, she comes in as a cat. So that's maneuvering different dimensions, isn't it? So it says, cat-headed female deity, or portrayed as a black cat. She's a sun goddess. She personifies the beneficial heat of the sun, protectress of the house of cats, goddess of prosperity and wealth. She represents sensuality, tenderness, charm, generosity, love, passion, desire, and pleasure. Maybe you should take a break from your routine and reconnect with nature and with yourself. Isn't that beautiful? Live your life with more fullness and passion. It lies within your ability to develop seduction and passion. You could get great satisfaction in any area of your life and experience moments of full joy and satisfaction. So when you speak of pleasure and passion, these are desires, things that you want, right? And the ancestors are speaking about this is a time for you to get passion. Because remember we spoke about the full moon in Libra affecting relationships, partnerships, and collaborations, right? So what you're passionate about is going to be tested. And for that, for you to experience it at a fuller level of joy, because it's now stepping on to the next phase. So you'll find that whatever it is that you need breakthrough in, that's what's going to come to the forefront for you within the collective reading. So seduction means aligning with what you desire. That's what seduction would be, right? Really not calling it or pulling it in, but you being in a frequency that pulls it in. You don't pull it, it's your frequency that calls it in. That's what the seduction is. Whatever you're passionate about becomes passionate about you. I always say what I desire desires me. So this is where now you are being aligned with that. So isn't it beautiful that Goddess Bastet, the goddess of generosity, prosperity, charm, love, and passion, is coming out for the collective? As I said, it's that divine feminine energy, that nurturing energy that she's coming in to bring growth at a soul level. Hence why they said soul growth. All right. So let me know if this reading resonates with you, besties. Don't forget to leave a comment or like below. But this is what I just wanted you guys to see how this full moon reading goes, so that you guys can really just see for yourselves how I'll be doing it going forth. All right, so if you guys are interested, you can make a booking for it and I'll send you your readings. All right, I'm sending everybody love and light. Bye, besties.